Hi, hello. Welcome back. My name is Felipe from Professional Programmer. So the subject of today will be how that you can screen scrap any website using a specific tool called Beautifulsoup. I will teach you how that you can use this Python library to help you screen scrap any data that you want from any website. For instance, I have been using this on my website, my personal website, Professional Programmer, so I can get the Medium post that I post and even the YouTube video. So I don't need to do this manually. I just go there, run my scripts, and go there, fetch all the data, and put it on my website. So if you want to learn more or to understand more how this works, let's do it. Okay, so here you are. So let's start from we get the project and understand what we are talking about. First of all, okay, let's just go to this website. Let's just search beautiful soap. Yep, this is what we're gonna talk about. So, but when you come here, like you feel a little bit like it. I don't know, in panic. I would say that it is for me. That this kind of documentation, the colors, everything else, and you feel like, okay, so how did I should use this? So we got like, why I'm showing this because we're gonna go through this, and you understand that after you be able to read this documentation, say, okay, now I can find my answers. I would say that this is the most important thing from here, because I could teach you how to do like specific way. Okay, you can copy, but you need to understand so you can do by yourself. You don't need to just make a question to the internet without have meaning. Okay, so what I want to do, like for instance, like this is my Medium page. If you go there like professional program, you can find or find my posts. I'm gonna let the link in the description so you can take a look. And here I have some posts, right? Okay, nice. So this is all the posts that I did so far. I have this feature post that I always like start and stay here. So what I want to do is I want to come here and then he get like the five last posts that I did automatically. So what I'm looking for, I'm looking for the dates, kind of this. I'm looking for the name of the post, and I'm looking for the image itself. And the reason like it for this, like it is the most important. So yes, another thing that actually is not visual, but here like I can click for instance in this link. Okay, so I want the link, so I want to add this and the link. I want this to get automatically. And where I'm showing this profession programmer. Okay, if you go Medium, here you are. We have my posts here, and kind of the order that they were made. So it is what I'm looking for, right? But if every time like I have this for the YouTube videos, so every time that I create a new one, I need to come here, add manually. So we need to create a page to add this because this is just a simple page. Yeah, not what I'm looking for. So I wanted to automatize this. So you can do this for everything, any data that you want, you can do this. Okay, so now we can start. First thing that I'm gonna show, the everything that I'm gonna talk here, it's in this post that I created. Beautiful soap web scraping with Python. Here I really go step by step, everything in details, like the project itself, how did you activate it. So everything. Like if you don't have any understanding about Flask itself, basically you can follow this project, this tutorial, and you'll be able to achieve by yourself. Of course, you need to have a little bit of understand about Python itself, but only this. But not what's going to do this. I'm not going to show you how to set up projects. So for this, go to my GitHub. All of these links will be there in the description. Beautiful soap sample. This sample basically it's already completed, so we can come here, release. So I have the steps like start, final, and scrap and done. So, but what you do need this is start process. So let's download this and let's start from it. Okay, so I just downloaded the project. So if you can hear, I have a folder that I added the project itself. And if you open this, okay, here we are, have the base project here. For now, like this is the basic requirement that we have here. The reason why I have like the SQL, because we be able like to persist this in the database so we can fetch later. You can just start from this. Another thing, And we have here like a basic app. So we have some roles. So everything that's a basic one. So let's just start your environment. If you don't know how to start your environment, I have videos about this. I have posts about this. Just go there and learn about the environment. So let's just start the environment. For this, I have the README. So I have some export variables that you should have in order to start this. Let's do it. Okay, so now we have our server like up and running, so we can take a look and see how this goes. Okay. Yep, beautiful substitute. So we are ready to go. Okay, so I just stopped it here, the web service, because we need to install the Beautifulsoup. To do this is pretty simple. You just need to pay attention because you need to have like a Beautifulsoup 4. Before it was Beautifulsoup, but they updated the library. Now you need to use this one. Have the last one, so click install. Okay, so now we have this up and running. The first thing that I'm going to do, let's create like a medium scrapping file where we're gonna add our logic and that's gonna do the scrapping things on the medium post itself. So we are in the root folder, so let's create Cardier, let's name this scrapping. Yep. Okay. And let's create a file called medium scrapping.py. Another thing that you should have, I want this to be like a package. If you don't know about this, you can look at one of my tutorials. I wrote a blog post about this. I have videos, so I think that's worth checking. So if you want to have a better understanding about models, packages. Okay, so we are done. If I come here, we can see scrapping in our medium. Fine. Okay, nice. Now we can start. Okay, so now I will try to explain a little bit how this kind of work. One thing is the Beautifulsoup itself. Beautifulsoup cannot go to the website and just go there and get some information for you. Like it's not how it works. What this tool does, in a very simple way, he creates like a layer over a code, like most probably it's like HTML code, that you can easily find, access, or take any variable or identify any variable there using the code itself. So what you're gonna do, we need to have like another layer before. It's not about the screen scrap itself, but that you download this data for us. Because you kind of need to access the website, download, fetch this data, and after we fetch this data, we add it to the Beautifulsoup, and Beautifulsoup will create like a layer over this code that I will be able to navigate through. I will be able like to loop through like in an array. I will be able to search for a specific key, and how that we find this key, how that we identify, how that we can get or not. I will show you these two. So first thing that I was almost forgetting, we need to install one more requirement. Let's see this. Okay, let's get back. Pip install requests. First of all, I'm showing these request libraries. This thing will not be the one that we will be using, but I want to show you because most of the tutorials that you see in the internet, they use this library itself. And there is a problem that could happen when using this library itself, not about the library, but I will show you a little bit why. But I think that's what's good because everyone is using this. So if you need to search for other information, it'd be easy for you. Okay, so now get back to the code. Let's just add the code here so we can do the scrapping. I will not write down everything here, even because you can go to my tutorial, but I will explain everything that will be added here. Let's do it. Okay, fine. So now we have the code here. We'll explain piece by piece. I use myself. This is what is in my post. So I use this URL. So first of all, we import the request. Remember that we just installed this, so we need to have this, so we import. And Beautifulsoup itself, the package, it's named as PS4, and inside this we import Beautifulsoup. Okay, nice. So we created a medium scrapping method. That's first of all, we're gonna do the get from to the medium URL, so we can get the information from there. And after we get the content, the page has a variable that is content, so I can get this. And we need to pass another parameter. This parameter is how that we parse this. Imagine that we need, remember that I mentioned that we're gonna get the content itself, we're gonna add another layer over, and this is how that we're gonna manage or access the data. Basically, this is what is happening. We need to tell to Beautifulsoup, okay, how that you want me to transform this data for the way that you want to look for. So we are choosing here HTML parse. Okay, so if you come here in the website, in the documentation that you just saw, we see the different kind of parse that you can have. Like you see HTML parse, you have LXML, in HTML5 library, and so on. Each one has some advantages and disadvantages. But as far as I saw so far, most of the internet you use HTML parser. For me, I found that it's good. It's more than enough. They are saying here it's not that fast as XML. But anyway, I just doing this for one page, not like often, but unless you're gonna do this often, so then would be a problem. Okay, so here we're gonna receive the parsed data. This means that it will be like the Beautifulsoup transformation that we can access and do, and do anything that we want with the data. I'm printing here as usual, so when you call this method, at least we can see and the parsed data. Okay, now we need to call this method, so let's get back to our app.py and let's change a little bit here. We need to import our medium scrapping file here. So let's do it. And for now, I would like this because we just want to see if you are downloaded the page itself, and I don't want to actually return this data for you. Okay, fine. So we need to get back to our projects, Python.py, server up and running. Let's do this. Let's refresh. Okay. Well, of course, we need to call load.
Really?
Okay, of course, the Beautifulsoup is not defined. Okay, so now that we have our server up and running, we can get back here and with load, and we should load. Okay, so I was trying to find here. I was running, and every time that you do this copy and paste thing, you do something wrong. So Beautifulsoup here was to lowercase, and you need to be upper. Even here, parser was missing one. It's keeping me crazy. Okay, let's do the up and running again. Let's run. This is the documentation. That's always good to have. Here, you see, it was like wrong, so we couldn't find. You load again. Okay, awesome. So we have some data coming. Oh, we have everything back. This actually is a plugin that I have. Not 100% sure. I have so many here. JSON view. Okay, so he transformed all the JSONs that we have back in this nice view. I like it. I think that make it better. Okay, we have something nice. We are moving forward. And here, what you can see the print from this is the HTML page. And I can select this. Let's see if I can select this in an easy way. Okay. One tip that I can give it to you, like it HTML formatter. Okay, we will need to download this content. Sometimes the content is not the same actually, and I'm gonna show you. But beside this, I like to use this HTML formatter so I can have a better view what's happening. Let's see the outputs that you get. Okay, better, huh? We can get back here and maybe end. That's not plain text, it's HTML. Okay, so we have a content here. This is the web page that were downloaded from that link that we added. If now you start to think yourself, okay, but how did I gonna find something here? Yeah, I just found this link, so I know that is where things are. But there's another way that I can see this, and this the way that we should handle at the beginning. So when I'm here in the page itself, how did I know? How did I get this thing? Okay, so I'm use Chrome in my machine. I would advise you to use the same because they have a very nice tool to see the source code or to debug even more. Like if you use like JavaScript and this kind of stuff, basically the internet use these days. We have this. I can see the source code. We want inspect because we want to inspect the code. You see that when I added the mouse here, he did something. Or if it's not happening, you can click here or Command Shift C. Oh, okay, so nice. Look at what he's doing. And now, actually, we can start to understand what we are looking for. If I put the mouse over here, you see that he highlights like in green, and inside have another blue, we have another color. And in the right side here, you can see if I can even click, you can see that if you put the mouse here, is the same place where I put the mouse there. What we gonna look for? So basically, we let's try to imagine that we are looking to like pseudocode, like something that we will identify that component in the web page. Besides go to the HTML in deep, like you have the div and you have class. Class when we want to use some style, and most probably the medium is using this kind of names. I would say that this is generated by some tool or something like this. Not 100% sure because I don't believe that the designers is using DG as something. But yeah, this is the way that they transform their web page itself. Uh, and all the divs, they have like some specific class that has style inside. If you see all these divs, they have the same style. So, okay, looks like we have something in common. We have this DG, or if I go to the next, okay, this is already the next post. The next, okay, the next post. Wait, we found a pattern here. Well, the way that I see, if I look for all class that has this GG, I will have my content, right? I will be able to at least to get this box because div kind of created this box for you, and I will be able to fetch all the data. If you try to think, okay, I have many here, I just need to look through all the class that have this same style as class, and I can get at least this block of code that I can go after in each one and get this. So let's look how that we can do this actually now using Beautifulsoup. Okay, so now I just created here like a main div as name it this main div because I just want one. So first, remember that we transform our Beautifulsoup in some data. Okay, this is the data. I want to get the data itself and find what I want to find a div that has specific class and how this is how it works. If you can go to the documentation and it may be fine for this. Let's do this so we get used to do this kind of stuff. Beautifulsoup find method, and then they have here like some explanations how to do this find method. So I really recommend that everything that you're doing, try to go to the documentation and see how that goes. It's nice. So find div and class. Let's get back to our page that we are expecting. Okay, so I can double click here. I would just copy this. Okay, let's go to my code. Now we don't want to print anymore my parse data. Oh, the English for me is terrible. And of course, I just want to print this. And just yeah, we can return everything because for now we are not doing anything with this. Okay, so it already restarted. Let's try to run again. Okay, nice. Let's go back. Oh, wait. Didn't find anything. Why? Like it's, find. We know that this is there. Remember that by purpose I copied the content that was there before. Yes, so let's try to find this class for the content that was downloaded, because we did this, right? We downloaded the content, we print. So let's try to search, find. Wait, no results. But how? Same page, same thing. Maybe I'm accessing the different page. No, but I can see here. If we start to look at here in the code, special programmer, okay, medium topics, my name. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's try to find something that we can find as our content. Okay, okay, I start seeing something like important information before starting. This is one of post that I created. Beginning with Flask project. Okay, so let's get back to website visual. Notice. Okay, what is happening here? Just load again. Okay. Okay, so beginning with Flask projects. Okay, it's here. Beginning with Flask project 5. Most important thing that they should know. Okay, it's here, but what? Let's see the class. RSY. No, definitely this is not what I'm seeing here. And yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. Sometimes the content that you see when you're expecting it will be different from the content that you kind of download. Sincerely, I don't have a deep knowledge to tell you specific reason, but one thing that I know that when you're doing your request, you basically you need to tell like who you are, and like the way that we do this is by the header itself. But my request when I'm doing here, let's see if we can see the header here. I don't think so that we can see. Yeah, but basically the header information that he's getting from me is just like a Python anything. Like it's I'm not telling like, hey, wait, I'm the browser, uh, and I'm trying to get this data. And the websites, sometimes they are render, so they change like some with scripts and so on. They change after you finish processing the page itself. I have the content. It's just like it's not transforming yet. So if I try to do this, RSY, let's replace this for that. RSR, it's div class. Okay, fine. And let's try to run again. I will clean this page and go here. Let's reload. Okay, data parse it. Here we are. We have data now. And you see, like that's the reason why I want to show. Okay, you could print your content first and try to compare. I found out that this changed to website to website. Like YouTube, that I did this too, but I guess the first shot was kind of the content itself. There's some things that were different, not like Medium itself. But if this it is what's happened when you try to do it this way. Okay, so now that we understand this, what first thing what we need is let's change our library. And there's one more reason. First we need to add in a header. It's important to add a header so you can tell like, hey, actually our browser that is requesting this data. And another thing that I was using actually this library, because okay, I just can see different content will be downloaded always. So let's just move forward from the content that I downloaded and scraping from there. But after a while, I started not being allowed, like it's I guess 407 or some these stats code, so the content was not coming anymore. I said, what? So basically, Medium was blocking me from the scrapping their website, at least download this content. And of course, they don't want you like in a machine to go there and fetch all their data. Like it is not what they want. They want the user to go there. So kind of they identify and basically how they identify. Okay, my header was telling that it was like a Python user, something like this, and not like the browser itself. We need to change. Let's add a header and use another library to avoid this kind of problems. First of all, we need to install two other libraries. Let's just cancel this. So pip install. One is called request. Okay, and another one is called URL open. Okay, nice. Now we have these two libraries. So we need to replace now request from the other ones. Let's do it. Okay, fine. So now we have this. Okay, now we need to add our header. I will create a variable and a specific header. Okay, header user agent Mozilla 5.0 accept language in US. You can just go to the internet and look it for like headers, and the internet will give you many headers. Like I found out that this is simple enough and it works. Now we're gonna show basically everything that we do here. We got the request itself, the page request, and everything else. I have like a code right there. So here we are. So basically now we create a request using request. We pass the median URL page and the headers. That's why I choose to change it, because it's easier to do in this way. The requests that we are using, I know that's possible. It's just not that simple and straightforward. That's why I prefer to do this. And after I create like a request, like imagine that I create like a box that is the request, all the configuration the request should be done. And after I use the URL open to use this request, so URL opening is okay, which tool I should use to request, use this, and all the configurations that we set it was there, like page and header. And here I can specify the timeout. It could happen, like the website is taking too long and so on. At least I set a timeout to not wait for once. It's just a good practice to do this way. Let's just edit this code. Okay, and after kind of the same, but I like to do a little bit different. Let's do this. Okay, first we get the page content itself. Like I get the response, I read the response, and I use decode. The decode is just a format to that strings, that the content that are strings be format. You have UTF-8, UTF-16, and so I use the UTF-8. And after, like now we have the page content, like a full string that I can read about. The same as before, Beautifulsoup, page content, and HTML parse. I receive parse data, and I can find not the content. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, let's just print again this content. So let's see what we have. Perhaps if we have any difference, and actually this is important. Let's try to figure out the RSY. I'm gonna even like this. Let's just save this. Okay, now I have a weapon one, like indentation. I copy and paste it, he adds some space and so on. There's links that you can add to your VS Code. I should have installed here. But yeah, anyway, I don't have this. So let's run again and see how it goes. Look at the content. Yes, success, data parsed, so everything works fine. Okay, so we have the content again. Let's just copy and paste like we did before. Okay, need to format the website. Okay, here we are. Okay, so we have the content again. Okay, RSR. Still, we still have this one, but at least now we have some evolutions regarding how they can do. You know what? Remember that we are talking about the errors that you can get is 403. 403. So it's forbidden. Yep, forbidden. You can't. Let's try to now identify what we want to get, at least what we are looking for. Let's go to my inspect page. Okay, this is the content. Okay, but we identified that this is a list, right? Maybe I could get. Oh, I can get everything here. Look at this. So we have section and class, and basically it's the list is what I'm seeing here. Hmm. So, you know, let's start from here. Remember that I told you that you like the beautiful soap we created like a layer that you could interact better. Okay, so if I get this class itself, she's gonna create like an array that I could loop inside and get item by item. This is what I have. This kind of a list. Let's get this and let's look for this content specific. Let's see if we have here. Okay, I have nice. I have this. I think that it's reasonable. I think that's data that I can get. Let's try. And another thing that we need to remember that we are looking for a div. This is not a div. This is a section. No problem at all. Okay, now we start having something. Let's just run again and see. I will clean this. Get back to. Yep. It works. Yes, we have some data, less data. The most important thing. Now, I just do this again. Let's just format this again. It's kind of boring in the beginning because okay, I need to do this. I'm going like step by step here for you, so you can fully understand. But like it for real life, it would be like faster. You don't need to do this way. Okay, so now we have kind of the content that we are looking for, specifically for each one. And we see the hierarchy here. That's all these divs. You know, I can if I can close these kind of things, and I can see all the divs that I have here. Okay, so this looks like nah, it's not important for me. This first div, so well, go away. Not important. Uh, really? Okay, no. I just want to close that. If not is big. Okay, so let's leave this. It's not important for me. I have this other one, FDY. Looks like here I have everything. Begin with flash project, top most most important information know before starting. Who do you want to read about? Okay, so now let's try to get this data. Okay, so we find out that FDY is easier for me to understand, and actually all my content is here. You know how that we started like it's a funnel, it's gonna go like this, because we started and understand how our code are, the structure, and we just don't need to always stay the higher level, just like it, the highest level before the data that you want, it's actually what you want. So that's what I'm going to do. FDY here. And now if you get back, this is a div. At least this is good for you so you can training, you can understand how that this is used. So it's right reset, get back here, reload it. Yep, actually show way less data. I'm gonna do this because I think that's easier. I always have the up-to-date data. Okay, here we are. We have our list of data all from the div class only. You see how beautiful? So we just got everything for us. We come from like a huge HTML that has many things that was difficult to understand. We had to look into different source, and now we have a funnel that almost the place that what we want to get. And now we are getting to the point that's what is really interesting. So remember that has beautiful soap. I always say this because you need to get this in mind. We have beautiful soap like finds and other methods. And first we found like this particular data FDY for the class or style. And now we have one more that we could take a look. Let's try to find a pattern for this. Let's see here because I have my notes here. Let's try to understand this structure. Okay, so look at here. Here I have like the link that I want, so nice. I have the picture, nice. That's what I wanted, and I have the title. I have looks like I have everything inside here. Let's see this. Do I have any other one that's the same? Okay, let's see. Uh, Here, wait, again, the same. Hmm, I found a pattern. Okay, so it looks like that all these blocks, div blocks that has R, S, Y, I have like my content. Okay, so I found my main content. So everything that I want. So let's try to structure this. I have like the whole content as a list. Now I found that each block a specific class that it's about what I want. Let's find all the blocks that has this class. Yes, they did this. We have this. So I have another code here for you. Okay, this is it. So from the main div, like this filter data, the first one, I only want the first one. I want to find all the divs that has R, S, Y. Okay, and now I'm gonna print this because now we are starting getting to the place where I have the data that I want. Use restarted, refresh. Let's go to the website. Yep, and look at this. I found something, but look at the difference here. This indicates that I'm inside an array. I have an array of data. Let's see if we can parse this. Oh yes, actually can. You see here? Is inside an array. Let's try to see this from here. Huh, it's way less code. Okay, nice. I have indeed my div class, this RSY, that has all my content. Wow, look at this. Base parse our data. Now I think that I should only get this specific data that I want from that. Okay, so now if you see is an array of blocks. If I loop through each block, I could access the information, right? Because this is what Beautifulsoup is doing. Even maybe for each block search. Yeah, something like this that we're gonna do. Let's do it like this. Okay, I have this before. So post div is an array. I will loop it through each item. Let's just indentate this. I think it's gonna have a problem. Okay, so now let's use the resource from the Beautifulsoup itself. This I call it item. It's just any name. It doesn't matter. Like it would be like an object. And here I access h1 and after text. Where did I took this? If let's try to read the code. Let's try to look to the h1 class. Actually, not here. It's only here. See the first h1 that we have. Okay, this is the tag. And this is what Beautifulsoup does. He created tags for all HTML tags. So if the way that we are using here in the code, item, remember that there was an object dot h1. H1 is the tag, and text. Text is another tag because here I have the class, so properties, and I have the text from here. And after I go to the item dot a tag a, and I want the content from the link itself. So let's find out the first. Oh, actually, this is the first one. A tag and the content of the href. I want this link. This one. Remember that this is a property, and I can have more than one property. I have like rel. And if you come back here, have the class, it's a property, have ID, and this hot access, and then we get only the content from the property itself. So these two items. Let's just try to run. I will just comment out this because we want our title and post link. Get back here, reload this. Okay, I know. Let's just clean that. Run again because I don't want it this way. Here we are. So we have everything being parsed. So they have the titles for each item, uh, and I have the link for this. The link that I'm getting here is on the path. So basically, it's just add like medium.com slash and the path. But it's not a problem itself. But we have the links, right? So we have the way that we want itself. Let's learn what we did here and how we can move even more forward. If you go to the documentation from Beautifulsoup, you're gonna see them talking about the tags. But you say, you know what? If each one is not the first one, actually it's only the third one. Yes, this is the beauty of the tag. We could do like just like this and just continue adding like a chain. So it will be like not the first, not the second, not the third, not the fourth, the fourth one, and get the text. He will loop through all these tags and he find out which one we want. Okay, so now we kind of know how to parse, how to do all this kind of stuff. But is it safe? One tip that we give it to you: every time that you do any screen scraping, you need to do this action inside like a try catch thing, because like Beautifulsoup creates over the code that was given to you some layer so you can access using tags. But if that tag is not there anymore, like Beautifulsoup he can't know that it is not there anymore, and you should like create some kind of protection to avoid some problems from this. So in order to create this kind of protection, what you can do is add this inside like a try catch, so at least your program will not crash. Okay, so this is how you do it. So you need to just start with try, put your code here, and accept. You can handle exception. You can do like a more graceful way. But yeah, you can do this different way. But at least you do it this way, at least it's safer. If something here is not there anymore, you just throw an exception. Your app doesn't crash. Okay, so now we have this data there, but what I can do with this data, I just scrapping. Let's save this data so we see that we can persist this data somewhere and just start to use it from there. Okay, so the same as before. So mcordir model, yeah, cd models, yeah, touch medium model by. As before, this I want to become a package. Nice, let's get back to work. Yes, code. I like to do. I think it's faster for me than right click and create a new file from here. Okay, models. Okay, here, let's create our model. Okay, so here we are. We have our model. I have been creating like just a simple one here. I have using like another library that we're gonna install, the SQL Alchemy serializer. Serializer mixing. This transform the easiest way when I need to fetch this data to transform this for like JSON data. You can take a look at this if you want. Pip install. Actually, I have here the comment. SQL serializer. Okay, so I have it here, so we can get back to our code. This will be there. So everything that you can create for a database, it should have like ID. I like to always create like data created, date time, the B function, current timestamp. It's a thing that comes from the database itself, and title and post link. So this is what we have here. And a representation, so you can see like about if you want to print this, the representation of this model. Now we're gonna update our medium. So there's two things that we want to do. One is create only the one that's gonna fetch and create the models, and one that you're gonna save itself. And here we are. Of course, the magic happened because yeah, I will not let you just copy and just write down things that's already there. The GIF is what we did here. I like to always add many comments as possible so you can follow as you were learning. After I created, I got the title and post link. After I created the medium model. One thing that you should not forget is to import, of course, models. Okay, nice. I have my medium model being exported, remember? Okay, so then we create a model, and of course it's after here because anything goes wrong here, will crash. You're gonna go to exception, will not create it. We use the database, and yes, I need to import another thing. Actually, in this part, I already have like the database file, and here it's already created, so it's easier for you to. It's already been instantiated in the app, and we just need to import this file. Okay, let's import this from my extension database and a DB. So we just import this. So like it usually do with the session, we just add it to the session, and as soon this loop's finish, adding to the session itself. Let's just space here. I just commit. This is usually how the SQL alchemy works. And in those, I have videos that I talk a little bit about this, so it's important to know. At least post, I have a nice post about this. Take a look. And I create another method that's called fetch medium post. That's basically what I do. I post links medium model query order by. This is like how you can do like a fetch and order. How that you can fetch data from the database. So I use my model, I use the query order by, the create data. Remember that why I want to do it that way, and I fetch all. That's all that I want. This will return for me like a list of my models. And here's the thing. Remember that we want actually to be printed this in the web page. I cannot do this like in this model itself. I need to transform this like from a meaningful way to the HTML. And to dict, this comes from the serialized mixing. It's right here. It's a method. So all my posts, I'm use like the map to use like a lambda. So for each post in my post list, I want this post to transform to a dictionary because it's kind of a JSON that I can easily send to my HTML page and use from there. And after this, because I will map for each one, I will transform. I want to create a list. And this is my serialized list, and I'll just return here. Now we should get back to our app itself. I will close this. We don't need this anymore. I will not save. Get loaded parser. So the data that I'm loading here, I want to print now this in this screen. First of all, I need to import that method from my scrapping tool. This is just to load. I can just continue use this because remember what we do here. We can just use one URL. Of course, not the way that you're gonna do, perhaps, but I want to like do scrapping. You're gonna fetch the data and persist in database, and I want to in my index to load the data. So let's do this. Medium posts equal fetch medium posts, and I want to use this medium posts. We are going to have like an index HTML that will print this. So let's pass this as parameter. My post will be my medium post, right? Okay, so we are render template index.html. If you go there, index.html, we have this page before. If you just come back here, yeah, because it's off. Yes, I will not even be able to load it right now. But we are rendering the index.html. That's just showing Beautifulsoup tutorial. I'm using like a little bit of bootstrap and so on, not the subject here. But now we should be able to get the data that we are passing here, right? Because we are saying that when we render this template specifically, we are passing this variable with this data medium post. So how that we can use this? For this Flask, I already come with the tool, a library that you can use to render your HTMLs. It's called Jinja 2. And Jinja gives you this kind of, let's say, scripts, not scripts, but it's these tags that I can use. This will not be shown to the user itself, but this will be like processed, and only the final content will show to the user. User will only see the HTML. Remember that we are talking about medium and different chains, you see, that have some different chains when you're processing. These are how I'm creating. So I'm passing here posts. I can create a for loop post. For each post, I'm going to create a div, class, column. These styles is from the Bootstrap itself. When you use two brackets like this, it means that I can use in that particular part of code like code itself, because this post.post link, how to access the object in your variables. And here's the post title and aim for. So it's a for loop, and I need to say that aim for. So looks like you have almost everything, but if you remember, we are fetch medium posts. Okay, let's just get back. But the querying, so we need now to save the data and load this data because we are persisting the database. Okay, so we have these comments, and we can use these comments to create our database, because we need to create our database first before we start. And here about this, so if you go to the root of your project and flask help, you see that all these commands, they are registered, they create database. So I can use this like flask create db. I have a post about this, I have videos about this. So if you want to know more about flask CLI, take a look. Create the database. Okay, let's get back here to our project itself. Beautifulsoup database. Okay, looks like we can use now. Let's try to run again. Get back to our app. We have the load, so we first should load, and after we should go to the HTML. First, let's just start. By okay, server up and running. First, let's go to the load. Let's see how it goes. Awesome, it works. Flask created and so on. Everything is here. Now we can go to the index. Here we are. So indeed, we have our code here. Yes, going to the right place. Looks like this is not parsing the way that it's supposed to be. Okay, then we should look at the code to understand the difference. But we did it. So we have a database, we are fetching our data, we are persisting our data, we are doing the whole environment itself. And this is it. Now I think that you can get here to the code. Now you see, if you going down, like they are named like that's why it's easy. Now you understand that's Beautifulsoup. You need to receive the content. From the content, you can use the tags to search or filter. They have some examples from the tag like head, title. You see, like pretty straightforward. Body.p. I do believe that now you can go to their project itself and like understand what they are saying. At the beginning was like, okay, what I'm looking for, and now okay, I understand what to do, should look for. And search in the tree, like I said, they create a tree for you, so you can just loop it through and then search for each one. I do believe that now that you can like looking for these and understand what is happening. And yeah, this is it. I will let this source code in the link in the description. Like I said, this is on my Medium post, so there you can maybe go more details and have everything there. If just feel free, just go there, take a look, read there, and if you can, please just give it a clap there, because this will help me in the Medium post make more relevant this post to continue. If you like this video tutorial, please give a thumbs up for me, like it, subscribe to this channel. It gives you a tremendous work to do this, like take a lot of time. I do because I really like, but I want you to learn to in a way that it's more easy, because I saw many posts in the internet showing in a very complicated way. Like they things, I don't know, don't need to be that complicated. You saw how easy it is. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel and share as much as you can. And see you in the next video. Bye.